saw interviews where she was talking about me and kid having sex.
I never said
okay, but
sex.
implying.
Welcome to Premium Gist. It seems like Watoni is always getting herself in one mess or the other with one housemate or the other. In fact, it feels as though she's becoming the most controversial housemate of season 5. This episode started with Ibuka asking Watoni how her relationship with Erica is outside of the house. And Watoni was like, when she got evicted, Erica hugged her and told her she's happy that they've resolved their issues because they fought in the house. And Erica even insulted her that she's a bad mother, stuff like that. So she said, what Tony said, that she thought Erica and her had resolved their issues. So she's surprised that why would Erica even walk in now and tell her that she doesn't want to sit with her. And then Erica cuts in. I was like, whatever Watoni is saying, she should just say the truth. She should not beat around the bush or try to lie. Then Erica accused her of, giving negative vibes and spoiling her name in her media rounds. Like when Watoni came out of the house in her interviews, she kept on pushing the sex narrative between Erica and Kid. Like she kept on telling the interviewers that Erica and Kid had sex in the house. And Erica was displeased with that and pissed, like, why won't you just focus on selling yourself? That is what your media rounds and your interviews are for. Why would you go and be talking about someone else? Why would you be talking about me and be trying to tell people that we had sex and everything? Then Watoni was like, no, she didn't tell people that Erica and Kid had sex, so that she just told them that maybe they were kissing or something, or some intense something. Erica was not happy with the matter, and the thing just went on. And then Watoni was like, she doesn't have any negative vibes towards Erica. She doesn't have anything against her. There's Erica's fans that are always belittling her and telling her that she's going to amount to nothing. Now, why can Erica not even want her fans? Erica was not like, stop lying, speak the truth. How can you tell me that I've not warned my fans? Like, haven't you seen me tweeting that nobody should insult anybody in my name? According to Erica, she has tweeted severally that her fans should not insult people in her name. Now, Watani was like, okay, but still, well, the insult her and she has receipts and everything. Erica was like, actually, she has receipts of all the insults that she receives on a daily. Sha. After everything, then Watoni now apologized for saying those things that she said in her interview. Then Erica also apologized. Then they hugged and reconciled and everything. They were laughing. But before then, there was a point where Kid came into the picture. Apparently, Watoni accused Kid of saying that she's weak as fuck. And Kid just casually turned to her and said, yes, because you're weak as fuck. I was like, hey. Hey. So Kid, as Mr. Nice Guy to all the housemates, has also joined in on being mean to Watoni. Like, what has Watoni really done to deserve all of this? But I mean, with everything, with the way the housemates talk to her and everything, I have to commend her thick skin, because she still always tries to find an even ground and still tries to reconcile. I mean, for the most part, she's in the wrong, but I think it's getting too much. Though I think the thing she said that pissed Kid off, that actually made him speak to her in that manner, was a point in her argument with Erica. And she was like, Kid can't afford me. And then Erica was like, are you for sale? I think that was the part that made Kid like, who's this girl? And he just spoke to her in that manner. Moving on, the next issue that was tabled was Erica and V. Yes, Erica and Miss Bitterleaf. Then Ibuka turned to Erica and asked her, basically, what's her situation with V? And then Erica was like,
I don't know her. I don't talk to her. I don't have anything to say to her.
You know her, so you don't say you don't know her. You know her.
I don't know her.
Ibuka asked her why she would say she doesn't know V. Like, they stayed in the same house for a significant amount of time, and you can't say you didn't get a chance to interact with this person, so why would you say you don't know this person? And then Erica blatantly and bluntly said V always gave her negative energy and negative vibes, so why would she want to associate herself with someone like that? Now, it's only somebody that is stupid, which I totally agree with, that is going to want to keep on associating with someone who has proven severally that they are not on your side. basically, like very, very bluntly. V said she chooses Laycon's side. Laycon is her friend. She's defensive when it comes to issues that involve a friend, and so she evidently chose Laycon's side. But okay, you're choosing someone's side doesn't mean that you go about spitting rubbish about the other side or about the other person. And that's basically what V said. She did it. I mean, there are better ways to do this defending thing. You can defend your friend without being insultive to the other party or without speaking in a way that will bring the other party down. So I guess V did not have a balance with this, and that was the major issue for all of this. When Ebuka turned and asked V, okay, what's your say in this issue? V was like, she doesn't associate herself with Erica in any shape or form, that she doesn't care. Basically, she doesn't care. That's when Ebuka now turned to Tolani Badge, that V mentioned Tolani Badge's name. And all Tolani Badge had to say is that if Erica or V wanted to pursue a relationship outside of the house or a friendship, they would have had a conversation. They would have had a discussion, and they probably would have moved forward. But that she understands that Erica doesn't care about V and V doesn't care about Erica. And Tolani Badge was like, me too, I don't even care about V. So it's fine. It's okay like that. Then, to the part that everyone has been waiting for, Ebuka now asked Erica about the Laycon issue. She responded by saying she feels very stupid, especially when she came out of the house and, she started watching clips and footage from inside of the house where Laycon would go and be talking about her, especially with V, that she just felt very stupid because in the house she genuinely felt that, this is someone that she could call a friend, someone that she could count on, but like the way he made it seem like his entire narrative and strategy in the house was to talk about Erica and use that to attract sympathy from viewers. She felt betrayed. Then Ebuka moved to Kid and then asked him that they've talked about it before, but what does he think about the entire situation? Firstly, I have to say that this is the most awake and most interested I've seen Kid since the beginning of this reunion. He's always looking either very bored or very sleepy, but now that Erica is in the picture, man seems to have come alive. Anyway, he basically responded by saying that, with the entire situation, that since Erica came out of the house, she's just been focused on herself, mainly trying to sell herself. He also added that, he knows how Erica felt about the entire situation, and exactly how she feels about Laycon. Like, she feels it's deceptive, and, he just does things to attract sympathy or votes and everything. And the kid didn't say that, but like he just said, he knows how Erica felt about the situation, and sometimes people don't really need closure, and their closure can be not wanting closure. So yeah, he basically, defended her in a very subtle manner. He took her side, and come and see our Erica smiling. Smiling and blushing. The big kid was just, talking about the entire thing, and Laycon was low-key frowning, and low-key, I'm not just saying too much. Anyway, after all that, then Ebuka moved to Brighto. I was like, what does Brighto think about the situation? Brighto always has one or two things to say now. So Brighto was like, personally, he feels that the both of them are enjoying the beef. That's Erica and Laycon, because they are both benefiting from it. When beef lingers now, fans, they will want to prove each other, and your fan base will be increasing on both sides, and you guys will be enjoying benefits. And Erica just smiled. I was like, she doesn't agree with that, or that she doesn't think she's enjoying or benefiting anything from it before. Like, who enjoys being insulted on a daily basis? She was like, she's not enjoying the insults. So Brighto was like, yeah, sure, there are negative sides, but there are a lot of positive sides to this beef as well. Then Ebuka moved to Laycon finally, and then asked him, Laycon, do you have any regrets? What are your feelings about this? Do you think you should have reached out? All those, Ebuka kind of questions now. Then Laycon responded by saying that the main reason he went to Big Brother was to promote his music, and he hasn't had the time to mentally think about anything else, because when he came out of the house, he just focused on his music. Then Ebuka now asked Erica again. Erica blatantly just said she doesn't see any point in having a conversation with Laycon about the issue that happened, leading to our disqualification. Basically, she doesn't see a reason to have the conversation because she still feels stupid that she even made an apology video where she apologized to Laycon for all the hurtful things that she said. And Laycon was like, "You didn't watch her videos." And she was like, she watched all his videos and she saw all the rubbish that he was always saying about her. So she doesn't feel like need to have the conversation. She also made mention to the fact that if the conversation was going to happen at all, they are in the same group chat and Laycon has access to her number. So if at all they wanted to be good and maybe mend things with them, as I said, it could be mended, he could have easily texted or reached out to her. Then Ebuka asked Laycon that why didn't he reach out to her? And then he was like, he doesn't want to try to do something good and then it will come on the other way. That he's wary of trying to be good and then it comes out a certain way. Eventually, at the end of the episode, there was nothing like a reconciliation between Erica and Laycon. Then Ebuka moved to Katrina. And they started talking about the person that tattooed her on her body and how that happened. No, Ebuka, the table shaker. I was looking for everywhere to shake and she just said it was crucial. And that was how that one ended. And eventually, Ebuka just talked about the fans and asked different people, like, do you think the fans control you guys? Do you think they're toxic? And V was like, yeah, she thinks the fans can be toxic, and some of the housemates actually partake in the toxicity of the fans. And Tolani Badge and Erica said they block a lot of people, and can you even blame them? Please preserve your mental health. Anyway, Ebuka ended the episode by imploring fans, so you guys are hearing, to not be toxic. Don't always choose violence. Try to, make the Big Brother space less toxic. And that was how it ended. Please subscribe and like and share. Bye guys. See you in the next video.